What's up, everybody? Today is February 20th, 2021. In this video, we're going to talk about this past week's Mars Perseverance landing. The first rover to land on Mars in several years. We're going to look at how the landing of the Perseverance rover is connected to the Curiosity rover, which is the other active Mars rover currently there. We'll also talk a little bit about the numerology of the Opportunity and Spirit rovers, the twin rovers launched up in 2003. Ultimately, we'll take a look at how this past week's landing is connected to the numerology of JFK. Of course, JFK was the president who promised that we would go to the moon before the end of the 60s, and it just so happened that we made it just before 1970, if you believe what you see on television. This week, the Mars Perseverance rover made its landing on a date with 61 numerology. You'll see this lines up with the Gematria of planet Mars. But what's more significant is the ordinal value of Mars Perseverance. Notice how this has an alphabetic order value of 182. This is just like the date that it landed on Mars, the 18th of February, which is written internationally as 18/2. Now here in the United States, February 18th is written 218. And this is a significant number that drives us through this ritual. In the year 2018, this was the last time we had a Mars lander touch down on the red planet. The last Mars lander to land was InSight, which made touchdown on November 26th of the year 2018. The other current rover on the planet is the Mars Curiosity rover. And notice the landing date of Curiosity, August 6th of 2012. Well, August 6th is typically the 218th day of the year. In the ancient Hebrew language, the word for moon has this gematria value of 218. And the moon and Mars are often coded together in these astrological rituals. Consider how Mars equals 15, 51, and 57 in our base methods. The word moon also equals 15, 51, and 57. And not only was there a Moon-Mars conjunction in the sky on the date of this rover landing, but there was also a conjunction on the calendar. As we pointed out, Moon sums to 218, just like the date of this Mars rover landing, February 18th. Well, February 18th had numerology of 14 and 41, and also in Hebrew, check out how the planet Mars has gematria of 14 and 41. The Perseverance rover landed a span of exactly 3,119 days after the Curiosity rover, again, the other active rover on Mars. Well, the number 3,119 is a prime number. That would be the 444th prime number. And check out how in Satanic Gematria, Mars rover equals 444. Furthermore, in Jewish Gematria, Mars rover is 1116. This Mars rover landing is 116 weeks after the InSight Mars lander. All right, so next we need to see how this is connected to JFK. And this is a very solid astrological riddle, as we'll see. Now, in my past work on the death of John F. Kennedy, I point out how John F. Kennedy sums to 131 and 193 in reverse. These are the same values as assassinated, 131 and 193. When John F. Kennedy was assassinated, he was exactly 193 mercurial years old. That's the number of Mercury orbits. Now notice how this Mars lander, Perseverance, also has this same gematria of 131 and 193. Perseverance also shares a 59 with John F. Kennedy. And if you measure from the John F. Kennedy assassination to the date of the Perseverance landing, you get exactly 59 lunar years. Now, what is a lunar year? A lunar year is 12 lunar phases. So one lunar phase from new moon to new moon is about 29 and a half days. So if you multiply that by 12, you get a lunar year, 354 days. Multiply this by 59, and it rounds up to 20,908, which is exactly how many days it's been since the Kennedy assassination. Now, I did a post late last year connecting the Las Vegas shooting to the assassination of John F. Kennedy. The Las Vegas shooting was exactly 666 lunar phases and 6 days after the Kennedy assassination. Well, isn't it interesting that NASA began operations exactly 59 years to the day before the Las Vegas shooting? The word kill has Jewish gematria of 59. And this past November, we had the 59th presidential election of all time. And of course, John F. Kennedy, a former U.S. president himself. So earlier I pointed out that Mars and Moon has the same gematria of 57 and 51, which is why Mars and Moon numerology are attributed together. An interesting fact about the Perseverance rover is that this is the first one to have a mini helicopter on board. And notice how helicopter also sums to 57 and 51, which is a nod to the fact that this ritual connects both the Mars and Moon numbers. Now, another planet that sums to 51 in gematria is Pluto. See here how it's 51 in reverse? February 18th is the anniversary of the date that Pluto was discovered. Notice how the Perseverance landing was exactly 91 years to the day after Pluto was discovered. This is the reverse gematria of space. Space also equals 44 in ordinal. JFK was the winner of the 44th U.S. election. Perseverance equals 193, the 44th prime number. So there's a few other connections, but just as a review on how NASA uses the same numbers over and over in these events. When we look back at the Opportunity rover, so this was one of 2 Mars rovers launched in 2003. Those rovers then landed on the planet in 2004. And check out how Mars sums to 24 using the S exception. The Perseverance rover landed exactly a span of 204 days after it was launched. But everything you need to see how fake NASA's missions are lies in the numerology of this Opportunity rover. If you measure from the date that this was launched, July 7th, 2003, to the date that the mission was officially declared over, February 13th of 2019, you find it was exactly 5,700 days. Again, Mars equals 57. The word rover equals 57. And with the S exception, Mars Rover even equals 57. This Mars Rover was nicknamed Oppie 57. And this is a number that we see coded into outer space rituals 57, conspiracy 57. It's the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry that's running NASA, Scottish Rite 57. All of these deep space exploration missions, completely fraudulent, as we've come to learn. And there's an even stronger connection here. Well, I don't know if it's stronger, but it's still pretty good. The Opportunity rover, notice how last contact was made with this rover on June 10th of 2018. And June 10th is a date that was coded into the launch of its twin. The Spirit rover was launched on June 10th, 2003. So from the first launch to the last contact of these twin rovers was exactly 15 years. Mars 15, Moon 15 in Gematria. And I'm going to go ahead and link this post down in the description below so you guys can see consistency in how these rituals are carried out. All right, guys, that'll do it for this video. Peace, love, God bless, and talk to you next time. See ya.